I'm Jahan Jardine.
My name is Cherise Stober.
I'm Jackie Sapka. Amanda, first of all, congratulations on getting into the
Thank you very much.
It's absolutely fabulous. I'm very excited for you.
Thank you.
So I know you have a base as a runner because you've run 5Ks and you do that quite consecutively. But for the people who are, watching this vlog and starting, just remember that you do not have to be a runner to run a marathon. You just have to start. So the program you showed me lasts approximately 15 weeks.
Yes.
And that is what I've used for all of my training programs for marathon, 15 weeks.
Okay.
Now, the first month, because that's broken into 3 months, the first month is you're just starting to get used to the distances, the speed work, the hill training, the base training, and you're playing with the different mile paces and tempos and everything else, and you're getting used to it.
Okay.
So that first month, you're probably going to end up, the longest distance you'll ever run is about 9 miles.
Okay.
Now that might seem a little daunting because you think that at the end of 1 month you're like, oh my god, in 2 months I have to run 26.2 miles. How am I going to do that if I can only run 9 or 10? Do not be afraid, because that's pretty average. That's basically as when you've put in that kind of effort, you're on the right track.
Okay.
So the second month is a little bit more difficult. Your mind starts to play games with you because not only are you trying to fit in everything into a life, but you start upping the paces and the distances, and you have to you'll start getting into, you'll probably run all the way up until 20 miles or something like that, 18 to 20 in your second month.
Okay. That's quite a big jump.
It is a huge jump, but the program will do it very measured. It is a measured thing, and again, like, you have to have your cross training on point, your nutrition on point. You just have to make sure that it's a total leap,
Holistic,
a holistic view.
okay.
Yes, rather than just being like, okay,
Run.
today I just have to run. I just have to run. It's important to get the workouts in a lot in the second month, because those are the times where you think, oh, maybe I could tweak this one and move this to this day and move this to this day, but it's better to stay in a routine.
Okay.
But at that point, yes, you'll be up to kind of 18, 20 miles at that point.
Okay, so the final.
The final month, you're working on your pace.
Okay.
So you will probably, some programs tell you that you shouldn't run more than 18 to 20 miles when you're doing a marathon. I believe the psychology behind that is because adrenaline will take you the last 6 miles. Every program I've done, I've surpassed the 26.2, so that I know what to expect. I know how I'm going to feel at 26.2.
Okay.
And I know that when in the race, psychologically, when I'm running it, I've done more than this. If I have a mile to go,
If I get to that point,
I was like, I've done more than this.
amazing.
Yeah, you will though. You
Yeah.
will. You could run all the way to 30 miles.
Okay.
And that's when it gets a little harder, because you know you can do the mileage in month 3, towards the end, and you'll start to see in some of the tempo runs that they'll tell you your last 3 miles run flat out, run faster. So it's building up your speed work and your pace.
Okay.
So depending on what you're trying to accomplish, time-wise, that third month is really the make or break month for that.
Okay.
And it's running on tired legs. It's basically making you tired and push and taking your body to limits that you don't know.
Okay.
But it's very exciting, and you're going to have a great time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Enjoy.
In the gym, you need to do a full body, because even though you're running and you feel like you're mostly using your legs, your upper body is important. Your arms are still attached to you and they give you a little momentum, but really they should be right here.
Okay.
You should not move them a lot more than this.
Okay.
This is not important for running.
Okay.
Long distances, that's for striding and sprints. But for the endurance running, you're going to keep your hands right here, and but you still need strength here to be able to hold that and to not feel the strain after 26 miles.
Okay.
Right? So you would do all your full body exercises, but for your legs, really, squats and lunges, you're going to end up doing a lot of those, because you're going to need to strengthen your all your muscles, your bigger and your smaller muscles. Your stride needs to stay within a box, right? So the box of your body, wherever your space, your whole body takes up, your leg should not move beyond that. So your leg, your foot when it falls, should fall below your knee basically.
What types of runs do I need to do to get to the longer distances?
You'll always be incremental increases. So you will set yourself a program that you will ultimately on your longest run before your marathon will be 22 miles, no more than that. Okay, and that would be
No
mostly
more than 22.
No more than 22 in preparation.
I have to get to like 6
okay, because
miles.
because some people think that you have to run the 26.
Okay.
But you don't.
Okay.
Stretch and yoga, can't beat it. You stretch your hip flexors. You need to get down inside the here. These muscles right here,
Okay.
you need to be able to pull those out. Because if those are tight, you are subject to all kinds of injury. If your back starts to hurt, it's probably starting here.
Hip flexors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If your knees hurt, it's probably starting here.
Okay.
Ankles. Anyway,
Then it's-
yeah, concentrate on this little section right here and stretching that out,
Okay.
getting that loose and fluid, and the rest of it will all fall into place.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So would you like to tell us about the 4 crucial things that we need gadget-wise to run the marathon?
Okay, absolutely. And don't know about crucial, but they're really important.
Okay.
And one is a good pair of running shoes. And good pair of running shoes is not brand oriented. It's what fits and works for you. So when we started to run, I just put on any arbitrary pair of shoes that were brand new, and I thought that they were kind of like the hot new shoe, and I put them on. And I quickly learned that that's really not how you buy running shoes.
Okay.
You probably buy gym shoes like that, but not running shoes.
Okay.
And so I went to a running store,
Okay.
and I ran on the treadmill at the store, and one of the gentlemen there actually looked at my running gait and my running posture, and then
Fitted it to you.
correct. He chose a brand shoe and a type shoe based on what he saw.
Okay.
And a lot of us think the more expensive the shoe is the better the shoe, or the more popular it is. That really is, I think, quite dispelled in running. It is really what fits and works for you. The second thing is there's a lot of talk about whether music works or not.
Okay.
And I always say that I'm not an athlete. I enjoy what I'm doing. I mean, some people say you're an athlete when you accomplish all of these feats, but I think I'm not. I don't think I'm ever going to stand up on a podium anywhere and change the world.
Okay.
But I do think that I'm going to change myself and
Yeah.
hopefully inspire other people.
And you're inspiring me. You're right.
And so I run with music.
Okay.
When we were training for the Ironman, we could not. They're not allowed to have any electronic devices.
Okay.
But in marathons, you can.
Okay.
So I usually load up a little masha or soca,
Okay.
and that really moves my soul, and it makes my feet go one in front of the other for 26 miles.
Okay.
And it works for me.
So music.
It really works for me. I will tell you that because I'm very aware of the fact that sometimes music can distract people, I run with one earbud in alone.
Okay.
And so my other ear is free to hear ambient noise.
Okay.
And one earbud is in. And I usually run with a very small device that's clipped onto my bra. So it's very kind of non-obtrusive. It's not a phone, it's not anything like that. It's really just a music device.
Okay.
Right? So like a
Great.
real baseline kind of thing.
Okay.
Light and just simple.
Okay.
And so I like music. So, my coach, I can tell you, absolutely does not like us to train and or run with music. But
Okay.
I think he
But you
thinks it
sneak it
distracts
just
us.
to
Yes.
wanna-
And he's called us out many times on it, but I
Okay.
think he realizes that for some people it might distract them. I think it moves us. And so we execute exactly what he wants us to do. We don't hold back on it, we don't change it. Quite a lot of times I burst into a dance in the middle of my run.
That's great.
Especially when Haunted from Marshall is on. That's my song. They all know, my bucket listers, you all know.
Okay.
So that's the second thing. No, that was the third thing.
No, so we had the running shoes.
Right?
And the music.
And the music, right. So a really good watch, running specific watch, and we're not going to talk about brands. It does not have to be fancy and or expensive.
Okay.
But a watch that can give you your heart rate.
Okay.
And give you kind of like your pace and your distance. Sometimes I can tell you that even though I don't delve very much into the whole analysis of it, because you load it up onto your phone,
Yeah.
and you can get a lot of information. What really drives me, I think, is the distance. I like to see on my watch when I've set out my mind to run 10 miles or 15 miles, or our long runs longer than that, I like to see that I've accomplished that.
Okay.
I like to see it
Yeah.
on my watch. So
To see the
I might not,
progress.
I might not always look at the whole analysis of what happens on my phone. Some people do, and I think it helps them, but I like to see that accomplishment of distance for me.
Okay.
So a running watch.
Okay.
Personally, I don't like the watches where you have to wear a band around your chest
Okay.
to get your heart rate, which is very important.
Yeah.
I find it very, very inconvenient and hurts.
Restrictive,
So I like the watches that have the infrared so that they can actually pick up your pulse and give you the same kind of reading.
Okay.
And the third thing is a running bra. The fourth thing, sorry, is a running bra.
Okay.
I know that a lot of us have all these fancy bras. And I
different
think,
styles.
oh, they have fabulous styles and a lot of them very, very, very cute.
Yeah.
But it's really very important, I think, for female athletes to have a proper running bra. If you're big chested and stuff, it really can cause some chaos.
Okay.
And it really can hurt your shoulders and back if you don't have a good running bra.
Okay. Perfect. So 4 tips.
So those are my 4 things.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On and this song is on, then you have to stop me.
And then